So today we are taking a little quiz. I'm not going to put it in summative. It's just going to be a formative. And you will even have a partner because this is not easy. But here's what it's about. If I gave you this should be enough for you to figure out the first three terms. I've told you what this means enough times now that you're supposed to be able to tell, if I put a 3 here, what the first three terms are. Now, this is the part where you will need a calculator. I'm going to pause while we get that handled. A sum, and it's got a common difference. What formula are we using? So look at your sheet, talk to your partner, get agreement on, I think it's this one. No, I think it's that one. Talk it through, figure out which formula you think it is. If it's a sum and it's got a common difference. Do you get that there's three sums? They all say S sub n on them. Oh, wait a minute. One of them says S sub infinity. Did I say anything about infinity? Oh. No, so this is not the infinity one. Okay, so if it's S sub n, there's two choices. Some kids I know right now are thinking it's the arithmetic and some think it's the geometric. Think about it. If it's got a common difference, is that arithmetic or geometric? Arithmetic. Arithmetic are the kind that have a difference. Geometric is the kind where you'd multiply. This is arithmetic. So write down the right formula. Everybody write it down on your blank paper or blank notability doc. Write down the whole formula. I'm going to tell you some stuff to stick in it. Okay. This is the key to today's quiz that you're going to be taking starting in just a few minutes. You write the formula down and you just stick all the numbers in that I tell you. I'll tell you in different ways. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's a little more like you got to figure it out. I'm going to tell you that this has a common difference of 5 and it starts with an 11. Have I got everything I need yet? No, what's the one thing I don't know? I didn't say yet. The number, all right? We want the sum of the first 5 terms. No, 5. I don't want to use the same number twice. The first 7 terms. Sum of the first 7 terms. That would be S sub 7. That's a way I could tell you the N. So figure out S sub 7. I'm going to pause for a second while you stick the numbers in and figure it out. Here's how you should have started putting it in. N, what's the N? It tells you the N right here. So 7. 7 over 2 times. 2 times u sub 1. If they only would have told me how to started with. Yeah, u sub 1 is 11. Plus n minus 1. What's n again? It's the same exact 7. It's 7 again. Minus 1 times d. Common difference finally needed. 5. Good. So then this is really 6 times 5. Do you need a calculator for that? I don't. 6 times 5 is 30. I bet you could have done that in your head. I bet you could do this in your head. 22, but eventually maybe you start using the calculator. 22, yeah, that's 52. I can do that in my head, but this, I'm going to do 3.5 times 52 on my calculator. So I don't have to do everything, but I might use it at the end. So 52 times 3.5. Tate, what'd you get? Raise your hand if you had 182, because you were right. Good job. Okay, now the genius of this quiz that we are about to take is that it tells you how to do it without giving you the answer because it's got work. Listen, it's got work on the test that you can kind of follow, but it makes one mistake somewhere. So you can't just trust its answers. The answers are wrong. It's got work that's pretty much right, except it makes one mistake in there. So the point is, instead of just giving you a blank quiz, where a lot of people are like, I don't even know how to set it up, you can see how to set it up, because they did. And then you have to realize from some clues, oh, I can see that they screwed up. They used the wrong formula. It's arithmetic, and they used the geometric formula, or something like that. So there's work there that you can follow, but it's guaranteed to have at least one. There's a little circle next to it. And sometimes they have 2 mistakes. Sometimes they have 3 mistakes. But don't worry about how many mistakes they made. All that matters is the answer they have is for sure wrong. And one of you guys will see, oh, I noticed this. They should have used a negative, not a positive. Or they used the wrong formula. So it's about noticing things. And on that note, I'm going to play a little clip just to make this a little more fun. It's called a Sherlock. Usually by now, my fastest groups are getting close to problem 7. I'm not saying you're there yet, but you will be. So everybody, right now, stop what you're working on and get some advice on problem 7. Problem 7. So first of all, make yourself 7 blanks like this. Just make 7 spots to put numbers. Trust me, you're going to want this help. Okay, so make 7 blanks. 7 blank spots, like 7 underlines. All right, now label the first one U sub 1 underneath it. Put U1. What do you think the next one is?
U2.
Exactly. Keep doing that all the way until you get to U7. You trust me, this will be really helpful. You don't have to actually count them out loud. Yes, that's the idea. Okay, so now they tell you that there are 24 seats in the second row. Where do you think that should go? U sub 2 is 24. Then they say there's 39 seats in the 7th row. You getting the idea here? Okay, now I'll tell you one of the mistakes that they make in this problem is they think that it just goes up by 15 each time because they subtracted these two and they got 15. Do you really think it goes up by 15 each time? No, it goes up by something else, something a lot smaller. In fact, it goes up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times for a total of 15. Josh is correct. That means it's going up by 3 each time. Now, here's another little genius move. U2 is not the first number. It's the second number. So, 21. Josh is en fuego. That must be 21 because it goes up by 3 each time. So then you'd have to go down 3 to get the first one. But it's still not done because what they now want you to figure out, and by the way, there's a question like this coming up again after break. So pay attention. This isn't just a one and done deal. It's you gotta learn how to do this. Now they want to know what gives you U sub 9. Isn't there a formula that gives you U sub 9 for this kind of question? Yes, there is. Find the right formula. Figure it out. You now have the D and you now have the U sub 1. You got everything you need. All right. There's my help on number 7. I would wrap that one up. So then we did this worksheet called Sherlock Holmes Review, and taking it like a test kind of, except it's not going to count as a test. It's just going to count like homework. And that's all we did. And we're not assigning homework over break. And that's all I got for the video for today.